You don't owe anyone continued access to you. Hi, welcome to Sour Peach Podcast. It's okay to cut good people off when a relationship no longer serves you. We're taught that cutting people off is only justified if they hurt us badly, but that is not always the case. I want to start off by telling my story and sharing how I had to deal with this and how I came to the conclusion that sometimes it's okay when you need to cut off good people in your life. A relationship doesn't have to be toxic for you to make that decision and cut off a person. In my case, I was talking to this girl. She was my friend, and let's call her Emma. So, Emma and we were friends for almost a year, and she was a great girl. She was a great person. She helped me out a lot. She was there for me, I was there for her, and I genuinely enjoyed spending my time with her. But then it came to a point where I moved on. My values changed. The way I started viewing the world and everything, and I moved on. I was growing out of the person that I was. I was moving into a different era, and that is absolutely normal. She did not have to grow with me and change with me and catch up to my level. That is not the case at all. At this point of our relationship, I realized I was staying in the relationship just purely out of guilt because I did not want to talk to her anymore, but I still stayed for a while. We just outgrew our shared values. We were in different stages of our life. And as much as it hurt, I came to the conclusion that I have to cut her off. Now, this was not easy to do, and tell you what, this is probably never easy because it's one thing when a person does something bad to you and you're like, I have to cut this person off, I'm going to feel so much better. In this case, it actually feels difficult and it might hurt cutting off someone who is good, who was good to you, who never did you anything wrong. And now, in my case, I wrote her a whole paragraph. I was like, Emma, you know, I enjoy our friendship a lot, but I just don't feel like I'm supposed to be here anymore. I need to move on. I have a certain plan for my future, and I'm so sorry, but you're such a good person. I just have to let you go. Now, in these cases, you should be ready, you should be prepared to receive not the best response, which is also absolutely normal. Sometimes people may not understand why you are leaving them when everything was great. They might ask you if something was wrong, and they might not believe you if you tell them that everything was good. You were a good person, I just need to move on. Now, they have every right to feel hurt, to not believe you. It is a normal reaction. And you may feel hurt in response, but if you feel like this is the right choice, then you have to listen to your intuition. Now, in my case, I told that she can text me, she can message me if she wants my help, or if something happens. In any case, I will be there. And this is something that's completely up to you, whether you want to completely cut off a person or if you want to be available in case of an emergency. You never know. The reason why I decided to tell Emma that in a case of something happening, she can turn to me, like I'll be there, is because of her relationship with her parents. It was really, really difficult. And of course, I will not get into that because it's personal. But just knowing her situation, I decided that in case of anything, I will be there to help, you know? I don't want to leave her completely alone in this because I still care for her. I cared for her back then, and I said that she didn't take it very well, I will be honest, and it did upset me a little bit, but she accepted it. And the thing is, people, they have to respect their choices. They don't have to understand them, but they have to respect them. Sometimes the absence of peace is reason enough to move on. And staying in something that drains you does not make you loyal, it makes you tired. Now, in case you are not sure whether you are ready to let go or if you want to cut someone off, I listed a few signs that if you notice, maybe it's time to cut off that person. So, the first sign is feeling tired. If you're tired whenever you talk to the person, you don't feel like it serves you any good, your conversations don't make you feel any better, and they just make you tired, that may be a sign. Sign number two, excuses. You make excuses to not talk to that person. You make up stories, you lie, and you get out of conversations just because you want peace. Sign number three, distance. You keep your distance, and this kind of flows into sign number four, ignoring. You may ignore that person for days, you may not respond for a very long time, and by doing that, you keep your distance. You are staying in a safe place for you, and you feel comfortable there. So, replying to that person, texting them back may bring you into a negative state, and to avoid that, you ignore them and you keep your distance. And the last sign is you feel like something is holding you back. You feel like you can't tell this person your plans. You feel like you can't really share on this close level anymore, or something in your relationship just feels off. The energy is off. Your intuition is telling you something. Listen to it. Something to keep in mind, something very important, is that you don't owe anyone continued access to you. When you're ready to let go, and it may take some time because I was in this state of ignoring Emma's messages and avoiding her and lying for about a month, maybe a bit more, before I finally came to the conclusion that, I need to cut her off and I need to move on. But when you do that, when you realize it, if you need some time, it's okay. Like, this is completely normal. You may not be ready to let someone go, but make sure, try your best that this stage of being in between does not last too long. I have this another story. It is different, probably for another video, but it's this whole very complex story with my best friend who didn't feel like our values matched anymore, and she felt like she needed to move on and cut me off. But she held that in for over 2 years. And the thing is, like, that hurts so much when someone tells you, I've been thinking about this for like years, I've been thinking of cutting you off for years. That makes this whole situation different because now you've been straight up lying to the person for a very long time, and that is very painful. So once again, there are different situations, and sometimes if you've been with this person for the longest time, it may be so extremely difficult to cut them off. But it is also important that, sometimes if you feel like this has been going on for too long and it's already time, you need to push yourself because it is for the best. You may feel hurt, the person may feel hurt, but it is for the best. And you will know that. You will understand if what you did actually helped you. Most of the times, it helps, of course, but you tend to realize that after a while. Make sure, try your best to not make this into a drama. The parting of you and your friend, it doesn't have to be dramatic. Just be honest, be kind, be honest. Just say what you feel. And remember that you are not selfish for doing that. No matter what the person will tell you or no matter how they will respond, you need to know your value. You need to know that you are not selfish. You are actually respecting yourself and your peace. You may feel sad, you may feel guilty in the beginning, and that is absolutely normal. Give yourself some time and you will feel that what you did was for the best. So with Emma, we never got back in contact. With my best friend, we decided to actually take a break, and after a while, we got back together, and our friendship continued on a different level. So both are okay. Like, if you feel like you need a break specifically, then you can say that. Maybe you're unsure how long the break is going to last. Don't lie to a person and say, oh, I need like a week off or I need a month off. You can't promise because you don't know what will happen. Sometimes you might say, I need a month of a break, I'm just not really feeling like it. And then you end up not talking to that person for years, and then suddenly you feel like you're ready to come back into the relationship, but the other person would be like, you lied to me, you said it's going to be a month, you disappeared for years, like you don't need me anymore, blah blah blah. There are so many different cases, and if you're unsure of how much time you need, it's best to also say that. Say the truth. Like, don't promise if you don't know what you're even promising, which means you're allowed to change. You're allowed to change your mind, but no matter what, you should always remember to respect yourself and your boundaries and your peace. Protect your peace. Don't stay around people who drain you, people who you feel tired around. Sometimes all you need is a little break, taking time for yourself, taking care of yourself, journaling, taking a walk, spending time with new people, meeting new friends. No matter what, if you ever feel like a relationship with someone no longer serves you, be it romantic or platonic, there are so many cases. If you feel like you need to go, leave. Don't wait for approval from the other person. Don't wait for a miracle. Just listen to yourself and protect yourself. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.